Welcome guys. Yeah, so another Leetcode video. So to find the middle index in array, so still easy. I mean, so after I finish the easy one, I will maybe go to a median. Okay. Don't worry, I will spend my lifetime building this video channel. Okay, so given zero index integer nums, then find the leftmost middle index, and what the middle index means that summed from 0 to middle index minus 1 must be the same as middle index plus 1 up to the final. Okay, so if the middle index is 0, that means the left is 0. If the middle index is final 1, that means it's 0. That means the right side is 0. Okay, so you should return the leftmost middle index, satisfy condition, minus 1 if there is no such index. Okay, so let's work in the first one, right? So the answer will be 3 because 2, 3. The sum of the left hand side is 2, 3, and minus 1, so sum is 4, and the right is 4. So remember that when we count these, we don't care about the middle index itself. We only care about left and the right. Okay. Also, this one index is 2, right? Because this is the left hand side is minus 1 and 1 and minus 1, so sum is 0. So remember when the index goes to the boundary, then the sum should be right hand side should be v0. Sorry, those 0 and 0. Okay, so index is 2, and in this case you don't have index. Okay, so this is the tricky one. If you get 1, if you only have one element, right, then the left is 0, right is 0, because we don't count the middle index itself. So the answer will be 0. Okay, so the quick, so my direct idea is that let me just go to, yeah. So my direct idea is that so there's the easy the brute force idea will be you go through a list, right, and then you say that you ask, oh, whether this is index. Let's say this is 0, right? If index is 0, index 1, index 2, up to final. You check whether 1 by 1 is an index. And then this is easy by suppose I say that index 1, I want to inspect that the middle index should be answer, right? Then I just compute the sum of these and these. Okay, so if they are the same, then sure this is index. Then I just check 1 by 1. Okay, but the complexity should looks like linear n times the sum of these, right? But you notice that when we count the sum of these, somehow like we always do the repeating work, right? Because if we sum of these, and the next, if this is not a middle index and I count these, then I will sum of these, right? So somehow like the sum of these and these are actually the repeating work. Okay. So the question, the idea should be we don't do the repeating work, right? We try to minimize the repeating work. Okay, so my idea is that so suppose this is our array. Let's initialize the left to be 0, right? So let's initialize. Let's assume that the starting point, this is mid index, is here. Okay, and let this guy as a right. So right is just the sum of the total array, and then minus the first one. Okay. So you start from these two, right? And then so if the middle index is 0, means that L equals to R, right? So the first case that I initialize L and R, 1 is 0, 1 is the total minus 1, minus the first one. If they are the same, then that means we don't have to do anything, right? We just return 0. Otherwise we start from here, and I start from here and call this index, okay. So if 0 is not index, middle index, then we start from this, right? So once we start from this, then all you need to do is that your L add the list term, right? L add this one, and R minus this one, right? Because R already added this one, so R, in this case, R should be here. Okay, so all you need to do is that you go through array, and once you see the for any number, your L add that number, and your R added another minus another number, which is that number add 1, right? So in this case, L added the first one, R minus the second one, and you keep iterating until L equals to R. If you cannot find L equals to R, that means no middle index. You return -1. Okay, so I call middle index from 0 to length numbers -1. So -1 because that once you go to the final one, right, you cannot keep going. So L added the mid index and the R minus the mid index. I add 1, right? If their L and R are the same, then you should return the middle index +1. The reason is that we initialize from 0, right? So if in this case, if I call this mid, right, that L, but actually the true middle index will be this plus next. Should be this one, right? So our actual answer should be this middle index +1. Okay, so hope you guys understand what I'm writing, and yeah, still can solve this. Okay, see you guys next video.